Hello GSD499 class. So now we're heading into seminar 2, and so for seminar 1 you should have a good idea of what your project's going to be and pretty much what people are going to do in the group for the project. Now I haven't totally officially signed off on your projects yet, but I'm going to do that right after I finish with this video. But from what I could see from the discussion boards, most of the groups were on track. There was one group, I think they got a little slow momentum, but I haven't really checked out their project yet. But I've never had problems in the past, so I'm not way too worried about it. So for this week's all about getting the assets, trying to figure out, not necessarily getting the assets, but figuring out what you need for your game. And so this asset list needs to be exhaustive, huge, if your game needs it, okay? We're talking models, animations, textures, sounds, any 3D elements, dialogue, text, anything that is going to go into your game, you need to list out, okay? You don't need to have these assets today. You need to find them by the end of seminar 6. Okay, so next week when you finally start on your project, you don't have to have all the assets ready to go. You could put in fillers into your project to hold those spots, okay? So if you need like a boulder in your game, for example, and you don't have one yet, you can just put a big box there for now. For example, okay? When you make this asset list, I would recommend making it a Excel spreadsheet, okay, or a Google spreadsheet, or some kind of spreadsheet, and your columns are going to consist of what type of asset it is. So for example, models. More than likely you're going to need a model of something in your game, okay? Whether it's characters, cars, vehicles, buildings, you name it, okay? You need to list everything, okay? If you need a town, don't put town. You could put town, but you need to subdivide that underneath that and say, okay, in our town we're going to need cars, light poles, fire extinguishers, fire hydrants, bike racks, newspaper stands, whatever you need for your town, okay? Or if it's a village, you can have, the straw hut, the wishing well, wood fences, stuff like that. So this gives you a good idea of what you need for your project, okay? If you pass in an asset list of like 20 items, you're probably missing the point, and you need to really think about this. So anyways, so you'll have that. You'll have probably the next column or some other column, who's responsible for that asset, okay? So if I was responsible for this asset, I either have to make it or I'm going to have to find it, okay? Again, I recommend not buying stuff because you don't need to buy stuff, okay? Then in the next column, or another column, you want to state what kind of license comes with that model. Now, if you made it yourself, there's no license, you don't have to deal with this, not applicable. If you find it on the web, you need to list what kind of license is it. Is it freeware, or is it, educational only? Is it, open source, or, whatever, right? And then finally, you need to list where you found the asset, okay? So if you get all your assets from the Unity Asset Store, that's fine. Just list it. Just say, I got this at the Unity Asset Store, okay? Don't just guess where you're getting it. Okay, so if you don't know where you're going to get these assets, leave that column blank for that item. But as you find your stuff, you're going to put, okay, I found it on this website, like Turbo Squid, for example, has a lot of free stuff. Or I found it on the asset store, or I found it here, or I found it there. Okay. And usually those places have their license on the page when you download stuff, so it should be easy. I think that's it for the asset list. I'll email you all if I think of anything else to add. Or if you think of something, feel free to add more columns to your spreadsheet. The journals. I haven't checked out the journals yet, but I'll check them out again to make sure everybody's on the right page. So the group game development journal, that's all of you guys and gals working on how the week went together. Okay. Self-assessment, again, that's you evaluating yourself, and hopefully you're able to realize, okay, I was a butt this week, or I was awesome this week, or whatever, right? Team assessment, again, it's you assessing your teammates. This is not a group project, part of the course here. So this is where you're going to evaluate your teammates. Now, I hope you're not putting in there, teammate Bob sucks and I hate him and he could rot in hell. I hope you're qualifying that with, okay, Rob was pretty rude to me yesterday. He said some pretty, racist things or whatever, right? Or he's not a team player, or he's just argumentative or whatnot, right? Or if somebody's doing awesome, the same thing. Jane was doing awesome this week. She did blah, 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 blah. Try to qualify why something's good or bad. And then, of course, there's the 5 points for the instructor assessment, which is just pretty much free. 5 points for you guys. Exciting, 5 points. Okay, that's it. The videos are long here. I might not post a video every week. I might. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know, if a video doesn't show up, feel free to email me if you have questions. Okay? But I'm going to try to do email every week. Okay? Email. Try to do a video every week. It's a little late for me today. Okay. Guess that's it. If you have questions, let me know. I'm going to stop this, upload it, and then I'm going to look at you guys' projects. If you've had for Seminar 1, hopefully you've uploaded them already, since no one emailed me anything. Okay, bye.